Okay, so I just want to make a quick review on these 3 different options that I've been trying out for keyboard alternatives for playing on PC. So first I've got just a controller that you can use for your left hand. I've got, it's called the Frag FX Frag Chuck. It's made by Splitfish. And then I've got the Venom X4 right here. And it actually comes with this mouse as well. So I'm just going to do a quick review of each one, and I'll talk about like the things I don't like, the things I do like about each thing. So first I'm going to go over the Venom X4. I actually got this. It's made to use on, you can use it on Xbox or PlayStation, and then you can use the mouse. And I wasn't really doing it to cheat, wouldn't recommend that. I was just doing it to try it out before I spent a bunch of money on a gaming PC. But it comes with this nunchuck here. Do left hand, you can click this. It's got this button here, 2 buttons right here. This is just a function button. You can't map that to anything you use in game. It's got a D-pad and then just a power button. This works wirelessly. It connects to this, you plug that into your PC. And then one great thing about this, when you're using it on console, it's a pain because you have to do the button remapping on an app on PC, but using it on PC, it's great. There's just an app you pop up. You can easily just remap any of the buttons that you want on this, like just to the keyboard. It's super simple. And then it also comes with this mouse. It's got, this is another function button here, ignore that one. It's got all these buttons right here. Start button. But the main things that I'm going to be reviewing is just the keyboard alternatives. So any of these you're going to use with you're going to have to use them with a mouse with a lot of buttons. So you could use this Venom X4 mouse, but probably you could just get a Logitech G502 also. This is pretty much kind of modeled after that, I think, and I think the Logitech's probably going to be a better mouse. So first I just want to say that they did a really good job with the mouse, but pretty disappointed with this thing. The shape of it is just, it's pretty clunky. And by the way, this costs about $120. You can get them for new. I found a deal, got them 80 used. Again, with this option, like, I wish it had more buttons that you could press while keeping your thumb on here. Like, it has this button here, but you have to stop moving in order to use it. So in my opinion, it's sort of pointless. Like, it should just have a couple buttons under here underneath, just like the Elite controller, would make it a lot better. But yeah, the shape is kind of clunky. It's not that comfortable. There's no rubber. When your hand sweats, it's really terrible. So when you get in those real sweaty situations where you want to be playing your best, doesn't work that good. These buttons aren't too bad, but they're not great. Like, they just feel kind of cheap. They're not that bad. I think the main thing is just kind of the shape of it. The joystick doesn't feel that great either. I don't know, it feels a little stiff to me. And again, you can click that. And the worst thing about it is that this just totally stopped working for me recently, at least on PC. I was getting stuck moving, at least playing Battlefield 5. I don't know if it's this wearing out or something with the connection wearing out. I really only tried it on that game on PC, and I would get stuck moving. Like, I would be holding this over and just stop moving. And it was getting me killed, messing up my gameplay, and it keeps getting worse and worse and worse too. So I had to stop using this. So I actually ordered this thing from Splitfish. Cost $70. One nice thing about the Frag FX 2 is it works wirelessly. You just plug this USB into your computer. You can switch it between keyboard and gamepad. I tried it in gamepad mode and it didn't seem to work though. So like, I don't know, this thing just doesn't work that well. And there's a couple lights in the back, like, it looks nice. And it's shipped from China, but don't worry about that. It only takes about a week to come. So the shape of it is nicer. It's actually round, unlike the Venom X4, and it feels pretty nice in your hand. But the one thing is, this joystick is way over to the side here, and I was kind of worried about that when I saw pictures. And yeah, I don't really like it. I think mainly because the joystick is way over here. I've only played with it a couple hours, and it was just kind of bothering my hand. The material is a lot nicer than the Venom X4. The bottom of it is still crap, but at least the top of it looks nice and it has a really nice feel to it. Same with the joystick, and you can click this just like that one. The joystick feels nice. Like the texture on top and the texture on here, it just feels really nice. But again, the bottom of it is just that crappy hard plastic, and the battery cover actually wobbles around like it has a lot of play in it, and when you're using it you can feel that. It feels annoying and really cheap. This right here is just for if you're using it on console. It's just so that serves no purpose on PC. And so apparently you can remap the buttons, but you can't do it through an app or anything. It just tells you to hold down this function button with this button, I think, and then you're supposed to press other buttons, but I couldn't get it to work, so I couldn't remap the buttons, which was annoying. I had to go into the game and remap the controls, and then when I switch from this to another controller, I have to remap the controls all over again. So that was super annoying. $70 seems like a steep price too, just for this. And really, again, it just needs a couple more buttons like on the bottom here, just like that Xbox One Elite controller. Like, it just doesn't have enough buttons. Like, really, there's only 2 buttons here, and then this third one here, like the Venom X4, that you can press without moving. And it kind of bothered my hand, but it's not too bad. I have really small hands too, so if you have bigger hands, it'll probably be a lot more comfortable. I think it's just going to be mostly preference. And these buttons here, they feel probably even cheaper than the Venom X4s. I kind of wish they didn't wrap around maybe as much. If you try to use it with 2 fingers, you can't really grip it at all, because as soon as you grip it, you're pressing the buttons. And they're just like really loose and cheap feeling. Like it's not worth $70. I mean, it doesn't even have any rubber on it, you know. So I actually started off trying this out too, but it was kind of uncomfortable using one hand with a controller. But then after I ordered that Frag chuck and didn't like it, I just went back to the controller, and I've actually kind of been liking this more. I play with it on the table like this. I just rest that part on the table and just play with it like this. And you can also play with it in your lap. You can kind of rest this part like on your right leg. And to be honest, the Xbox One controllers are really comfortable. And then I have mine all pimped out with these nice scuff grips and the scuff paddles on the bottom. If you want reviews on these, I have videos on that on my channel too. And obviously with this, I get 2 extra buttons here, and I can still reach the D-pad quickly. It's really comfortable. I'm used to it. All the buttons are really nice. And I didn't even have to use any third-party software, at least to play with this in Battlefield 5. It just reads it as like a gamepad, and I can just map any of the buttons how I want, and I can use this with the keyboard and with a mouse all at the same time. If you can't get it to work like that, because I don't know, it might just be the game. I really only played Battlefield 5. There's an app you can download on your computer called REWASD, REWASD. You can use that, and it'll let you map everything out. It also gives you a lot of options too, more than just mapping the buttons, so you could use that. So I don't know, it might be a new Windows thing, or it might be specific to the game, but so honestly, I don't know. I think I would just recommend using a controller, to be honest, but over the Venom X4, definitely would not get this since it just broke. It is the cheapest feeling. And if you're going with PC, there's no point in buying the mouse with this, because I think you just get the Logitech G502. This thing is actually pretty nice. I feel like if your hand, maybe with a little bit bigger hands, or maybe it's just me, but I think that this would probably be the better option besides a controller. And there are some different game pads and stuff you can buy that have joysticks on the side with like keys, but I don't know, I haven't tried those. I think they're pretty bad. Let me know if you don't like playing with a keyboard, what options you've tried. I hope this video helps you out.